Curtis A reached out to me, said make a theme song for my show. Said alright, just give me all the details, man. And my homie says he don't know. Well, if you're gonna pay me big bucks, cause I might should have something to say. He said, you know what I bring, I'm the customizing king, nothing else matters anyway. So is he gonna have guests? I don't know. Is he gonna go live? I don't know. What time will it be? What will you see? I'm pretty much in the dark, but I can guarantee
He'll be customizing action figures, getting paint all on his fingers.
it's art by Akerman. It's art by Akerman.
Tips and tricks and conversation, sharing his gift with every nation.
It's art by Akerman. Art by Akerman. You best get ready, cause now it's time for Art by Akerman.
All right, folks, welcome back to another How'd They Do That? This is the segment where we talk to folks in the community, very talented individuals that are having fun with their toys. They could be painting, customizing, doing dios, photography, whatever the case may be, and just kind of talk to them to get some tips and techniques and different things that could help you to also have fun with your toys and be creative. So today I'm talking to a very positive individual, has a positive influence on this community. Make sure that everybody is having fun, doing good, and drinking their water. It's none other than D Amazing himself. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I am doing excellent.
Good.
Excited to talk to you because you like, I don't know, you make magic with toys.
Thank you, but I don't believe that, but thank you.
I absolutely do. I look at your Instagram and on your YouTube videos and stuff, and like some of the stuff that you do, I'm like I'll get a figure, and a lot of times I'll just look to see, like, have you reviewed that figure or have you posted pictures of that, and then I'll try to copy a pose that you did.
Please do.
I'm just terrible at it, and so I'll just be like, I just want to put it on my shelf, looking the way that you made them look. So
It's funny you say that, because that's part of the reason why I got started doing it, like doing videos. It was like to help people. It was in the beginning, there was a lot more of me just kind of posing on camera because I don't know how to edit, so I didn't know how to add photos at the end until my wife and friends had to show me, and then I started adding photos at the end. So I feel like a crazy person sometimes because I'm just like, I'm here to like help people, but I also don't even know how to edit. So I feel crazy because it's like people look up to me and I'm like, I can't even edit a video properly.
Well, I know, I think I saw somewhere where you were talking with Trevor about photography and stuff. And, he does the thing where he take like a billion photos of the same setup and everything, doesn't move the camera or anything, and then kind of edits all the stuff together. And you're like, yeah, I'm just kind of, just doing my thing, because he's like, oh, it'd be really easy to do this. You just got to take one shot with this and then remove the figure and take the exact same shot with the camera in the exact same place. And you're like, yeah, I don't do that.
I don't even use a kickstand. I like people like have a tripod or a kickstand. I'm just over here like.
I think there's something that is really cool about that, because like normal people like us that are not taking amazing photos, we can look at the stuff that you're doing and going, okay, he's just doing that with the camera and stuff, and he's posing this. Like, this is not something that people can't do. It's just something you got to practice at and get used to, and all this and that. So hopefully we can learn a few things with you today.
Of course.
So I did a little deep dive in some of your stuff on Instagram and tried to find some really good photos. I always find one that I think is just outstanding to use as the thumbnail, because I just feel like that draws people in. And I used this one here with the Scarlet Spider, stomping on Venom. I just thought this was amazing. So
I love that shot.
It's really good. So yeah, tell us a little bit about, like, how do you do this? How do you, are you just kind of, do you have a vision in mind of what you want it to look like before you start? Or are you just kind of posing these things and playing with them, and then you go, oh, this kind of looks cool? Like, how does this happen?
So it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. The problem is, and this is both my problem and my solution, is that I read way too many comic books.
Gotcha.
Well, my wife gets mad about that all the time. I'm actually trying to reduce it now because I have a big chunk of the living room of bookcases just full of comic books. And I'll just be like, what can I pull reference from? And I'll just like, oh, that was cool. I like this artist. I want to like emulate that style. And if I don't like that kind of stuff, I just like freeball it. Where it's like you like, for instance, everybody loves McFarlane because McFarlane does a lot of webbing stuff, right? But I like Mark Bagley because Mark Bagley has a lot more consistent anatomy.
Gotcha.
So it'll be things like that with Spider-Man that I'm looking at and I'm like, this is kind of things that I like. Or like if you want really good like action shots from the 90s, you do like Eric Larson style. So it's like I pull a bunch from references and then a little bit of my own style, and then just that's what I make the magic.
For sure. And I really love, you can get anything to look good. Like I've seen you post pretty much everything, but when you do get something in your hands, like a Mafex figure, like something that has like the really superior articulation, I think that's where it really stands out and shines. And, this is an amazing figure, for that to kind of get those poses. But yeah, tell us a little bit about how this came together.
So with this one, it's funny because I was playing with the Marvel Legends one, and then like the Mafex came out, and this is I think before the retro card one came out, and I was like, I want to make this look as cool as possible without redoing the same things I've done before. The most difficult thing for me is that I collect a lot of Spider-Man, so I have to find a way to make sure Spider-Man doesn't look exactly like another Spider-Man thing I've done.
Right,
and that's like the most difficult thing ever because I love Spider-Man. So with this, like Scarlet Spider never really interacted with like symbiote, so I tried something a little different. And then for the one here where he's like webbing down, that's from when I was reading the Spider-Man run. He, I think Emilio Lopez was on the art, and he got resurrected and moved to Vegas. Like Ben Reilly was back, he was resurrected, he was teaming up with Kane, and I was just like, you know what? I really like the Emilio Lopez style, so I'm aiming for that there, and I did a little bit of that.
Yeah, it's funny because as I'm going through the pictures and stuff, I did see a lot of Spider-Man, but I didn't see a lot of repeat poses. So it's interesting that that's kind of a something you're trying to avoid, because I tell you what, like I have sometimes found where I'm like, oh yeah, this is a really good pose on something that I put on my shelf, and then I look across the shelf and I see 5 other figures that are in that exact same pose. So it just do it without thinking. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Now, what about the webbing here? Because I noticed like some of the figures that I've got, like the webbing is not great that it comes with. Like, what are you using for webbing?
So I buy webbing from 4 people. I'm trying to remember their names because you kind of put me on the spot, but I don't want to.
Sorry.
No, it's okay because I didn't expect that. But one of them is Webheads, is web_heads with a Z and an underscore at the end. There is JP Collectors. There is crap. See, I'm drawing a blank, but I just recently.
I tell you what, if you want, you can send it to me after, and I can put it in the description of the video.
Yes, so that's what I'll do. Yeah. There's also people like Slide Effects. I've gotten webbing from. There's someone else, and I just don't want to forget them. But I'm gonna send you all of their usernames, so that way, when people watch this, please go out and support them. Buy the webbing.
Absolutely,
I make it look good because it is good.
Yeah, I mean the stuff that comes with it usually is. I mean it's okay for one static shot, but you can't get like this with it.
Well, personally, and this is completely my headcanon, and this is my opinion. I think personally, they don't give us flexible webbing because I feel like McFarlane or somebody kind of trademarked it, and they're scared of getting in trouble.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, so they just go with static webbing.
Well, this looks fantastic. So, yeah, oh, dude, like, come on. Okay.
Yeah, but see, that's what I was talking about. Like, I love that I can make the webbing feel alive. I love that kind of stuff.
So is this like you just thinking, okay, if I was to put this figure on a comic book, what would I want it to look like? Because that's what I get from that. Like I look at this and I go, this could easily be a comic book cover. Like you throw, Amazing Spider-Man or something over the top of this, and it's like, boom, there it is. So
that's definitely what I was aiming for in this shot. And it's crazy because I shot this shot 7 times. I shot it 4 times vertical, and I shot 3 horizontal. This was the best one that fit for Instagram. But I can, well, not clearly I don't have my stuff with me, but I have a vertical one that I feel like would look like an excellent like poster or at least a cover to a comic.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
There's a bunch more that I shoot that I almost never post. And that's why I think a couple weeks ago, I just posted literally like 20 photo sets 10 in a row, and I was like,
yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, man, you're just dropping them like crazy. Like you must be how many photos do you take in a normal, like, let's say a week? Like you just sitting in your room, like taking photos nonstop?
I'm on one of my computers now. I can pull it up for you right now, and I can estimate it. Hold on, I'm gonna estimate. So last week, because I could do this in photos. Thank God I could pull this up in photos. Last week I did. Hold on, I can tell you right now. We're in what, July now?
Yep.
Last week and the week before that, I did 964, and the week before that, I did 1341.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah. But again, that's part of my problem because I don't edit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll like delete stuff that I no longer use anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But that's literally what's kept. So, but
Gotcha.
But to be honest, though, it's a busy time though, so it's a little different. On a slower time, it's probably a little lower.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as somebody, is getting a figure like this, maybe they just picked up their first Mafex, or something that is super articulated, and they want to get a cool pose. What kind of tips or would you have for them in terms of getting started and just getting something in a dynamic shot like this?
What's crazy is this is the Marvel Legends.
Oh, okay.
So this is really cool because this is the Marvel Legends, and even if you're getting like because it's using like the more flexible body, the retro body.
Yeah.
I'll say this: when you are buying stuff like a Marvel Legend, don't be scared to play with it. It's meant to be like roughed up. It's still a children's toy. Don't get it twisted. Just because we're adults buying it doesn't mean it's not meant for kids. Rough your toys up. With Mafex, that's an adult collectible, so I'll be honest. But even me, I break toys all the time, which is why I buy like 2 of most things. But I'm not scared to rough my toys up because I want to see how far it can go. I want to like stress those limitations. So I don't know if you've ever seen it on camera. Like I'll be in the middle of a video and I'll just pop the torso off, trying to bend it as far as it can go.
Yeah,
because I want to see.
I think I saw a video where you were, I think it was the first time that you got the Maximum Spider-Man in your hand, and you were like at a show, and you were just like putting it through its paces, man. You were just like, you're like cranking that thing like it was a pencil.
What's crazy is that was like the last 4, like I think it was the last 2 or 3 minutes of it. There's like a whole 7 minutes before where I'm putting it through the ringer that it wasn't recorded.
Oh, gotcha. That's funny. So okay, so you're kind of really just seeing what it can do and kind of messing around with it and gotcha. Okay. And dude, like this one with the Daredevil and Kingpin, I was like, dude, that's so good. That is just amazing.
And like stuff like that, like with the Daredevil and Kingpin, I always think about splash pages, and that one in particular, I just like those 2 fighting. I always like those 2 fighting. But recently, I found Aaron Kruger drawing like just a couple of issues of Daredevil, and I'm like, I hate that Aaron Kruger does not draw like 12 issues in a row of Daredevil. If Aaron Kruger or Marco Cicchetto stayed on Daredevil for like 10 years, he's amazing. But Aaron Kruger, I love his cartoony but really like brutal style. He belongs on Daredevil. He should be doing 50 issues of Daredevil with no problem. Like
that's awesome.
Like so, that's what I base that off. And the one on, well, I guess it's my right. That's one with the PVC Big Shop add-on set, which adds the grappling hook.
Okay.
Right. And I love that we're bringing back grappling hooks for people who can't like web swing or fly. It's like, bro, no, I got to do this the hard way. I'm grapple hooking.
That's cool. So you I'm assuming from the webbing and you're talking about the grappling hook here, then you're getting a lot of third-party accessories and stuff to really make these things kind of amp up certain shots and stuff.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And I try to always credit people. Like lately, I've been forgetting because I've been in this weird time crunch of waking up, shooting all day, running errands, coming back, shooting, and then I'm like posting because I'm posting. So I'm trying to do better. So I'm trying to circle back and tag everybody because I like to make sure people get their credit where it's due.
Absolutely.
So I'm going back and I'm tagging people because lately I have been forgetting, and that's on me. So I like to apologize to those people.
All righty. And then one of my favorite characters, and definitely one of my favorite figures, is this Mafex Nightwing. And dude, that stomp shot is just so good.
I wish that man back could move better because it has such a great sculpt.
Yeah. I mean, it looks very cool, but you're right. It is stiff. So,
Yeah.
But man, that Nightwing, I think right now, Mark Thomas from Saturday Morning Toy Collector, he's doing a new like audio podcast with his buddy, and they are right now they're doing this thing where they're like matching up, like doing a pose off, right?
Ooh.
And so they have like they'll each choose a figure, and then for like a week they put out new pictures of them posing those figures, and based on the likes that the pictures get, they determine who's the winner of the pose off.
Oh, that's not fair.
And
that's not fair at all.
It is pretty cool. I'll have to look it up.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'll include that in the thing here too, because I can't remember what the name of the Instagram is. Is it Across the Toyverse? Across _ Toyverse. So right now they are doing, one of them is doing Daredevil. I think Mark is doing Daredevil and his buddy's doing Nightwing. And it's like, so you've got very similar characters. They've got like the sticks and stuff. And so, yeah, they're having a pose off right now, and it's pretty good.
I'm gonna have to visit them and be like, look, I'm voting for both sides, both winners. Winners on the book, winners across the board. Exactly.
And then this is one of my favorite figures from the past year. Like I absolutely love this thing, but I love the running pose that you got on this one, and also the way that you've got the caped kind of move and flow. So yeah, tell us a little bit about like maybe dealing with soft goods and stuff, and how that works into what you're doing.
You got to make sure it's alive. But before I continue, shout out to Mac Studio, because Mac Studio repainted this still for me. That gives it more definition. And the Nightwing picture before on the left with the pels like this, that was also Max Style Studio matting it out, because you can see it has gloss on the other photo.
Yeah.
I don't get it twisted. I like the glossiness, but matte pops with definition.
So Jesse and I on Sunday, we do the Shooting the Shelf show, and we do these shelf selections at the beginning where we find photos that inspired us during the week, and we've had him as shelf selections so many times, because he takes these what are not cheap Mafex figures, and I would be so intimidated to repaint a Mafex figure, and he will do like a full repaint of one, and it looks phenomenal.
I gotta say, not only does it look it feels it. Like,
yeah,
I have no issues with them whatsoever. Like, I gotta speak praise where praise is given. And I'm just sitting here like, I was scared at first, and then he messaged me. He's like, "No, go crazy, because I need to see what you do with it." And then I went crazy, and now it's no looking back.
Yeah, he I seen him do one, was a Nightfall Batman that he did kind of like an '89 Batman, like he did it all blacked out, and I was like just doing a full repaint of a Mafex figure, and it looked fantastic. Like, he killed it.
I don't know what sorcery he's pulling, because I'm calling it sorcery. No shenanigans, calling it straight up sorcery. Because even stuff like dyeing a cape, I worry about the cape dyed, and they nope, no problem. Nope, I could do it, no problem.
Yeah, his Spider-Man stuff, like the shading that he does on Spider-Man figures,
I got to get more work from them. I got to get more work. Yeah. I got to wait though, because I'm like, there's too many things happening at once. But I'm definitely going to get more work.
Even like you look at like a black suit Spider-Man, and you're like, well, what would he really? And he kind of adds like these blue shading, blue hues, like you would see in the comic books. Like, you would see blue where it was supposed to be like shadows and highlights and stuff. And dude,
I'm sitting here dumbfounded, because I'm like, how?
Yeah,
you get them in hand, and you like. I feel like even my photos don't give them enough justice, because there's so many other little details. I'm just like, I don't even know how to describe it. But even with stuff like Steel, because Steel is a Green Lantern Corps character. Even with stuff like Steel, like you mentioned, like the soft goods, and it's like even the cape, like stuff like that needs to feel like kind of alive. And like with this, and it's funny because I say it all the time. Anytime I feel like I'm not getting a pose right, I'll practice it. So I got a broomstick, and I put on a bed sheet, and I tied it like a cape. And then I had my wife like record it, like the flow of it, like how it would feel in the wind, how it would feel you move a certain way. And I know that sounds crazy.
No, it sounds like the best thing I've ever heard.
I had a lot of fun doing that.
That's
I had a lot
awesome.
of fun. Yeah.
And so you just kind of see how the movement goes, and
Yeah.
then you use that. That is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done that for like if I'm trying to get like somebody swinging or sword or something, like where would the weight be on your leg and how would your hips turn and like, you know, things like that. And just kind of, you know, just kind of do the motion real quick to go, okay, where, if I was doing that, where would this side be and how would I be facing? And so,
You
yeah,
start
that
asking
totally
yourself
makes sense.
questions like, which one is the dominant hand? Did I put my foot forward? Am I slipping in mud? You
Yeah.
start asking weird questions like that.
Yeah. If I'm holding a sword, which hand goes on the top of the, yeah. Gotcha.
Same thing.
Okay. And then, you know, these Street Fighter, man, I got a couple here, a couple slides in a row with some Street Fighter stuff. And dude, these look so good. So yeah, tell us what you got going on in these.
Well, with the Ken versus Spider-Man, that one is just pure video game fun of the Marvel vs. Capcom series.
Yep.
Like everyone, I think all of us have played that at least once. And you know how ridiculous that game is. There's air combos in it. Like, so I kind of exaggerated the fun of the game.
Yeah, I love the Spider-Man, how he's just like, I mean, you just got him basically bent in half. Like he's just, he's really taking that shot. And then the one on the right, is he just balanced on the one foot?
Yeah, just balanced.
Man, that's cool.
It's crazy how good these toys are because, like, I feel like toys right now are at a really good spot.
We're definitely in the golden age of action figures in terms of like there's just the quality and the stuff that's available for sure.
Yeah, and I'm like, even like, and I don't want this to sound crazy. When people say like the low quality stuff, I'm like, bro, the low quality stuff now is better than some of our high quality stuff from the 90s. Like we're at a completely different level, and I kind of think that a lot of us are spoiled.
Yeah,
we're spoiled, and that, you know what, that's a good thing. But I want some perspective on being spoiled when I'm like, some like people get mad because they're like, you know, oh, you're spending all your money on that stuff. And I'm like, it's what I enjoy. I like it. Yeah. You know, I'm not buying hard drugs. It's not like I'm buying fentanyl here. You know?
Right.
I'm like, it's stuff that I like. But also more importantly, it's like, when did telling people what to do with their money for their hobbies become like a personality trait? And it's like, dude, if somebody likes Warhammer, let them go ahead and buy their Warhammer. And if somebody likes fantasy characters, let them buy their fantasy characters. I don't like that because we're in a golden age of collecting, people are trying to like form little weird cliques of this is what you should buy. It's like, bro, I am not an ad. Please stop.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, the internet's a good and bad place, right?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Because I know, like when I stopped collecting as a teenager, it was because I didn't know anybody that was still collecting, right? And there was an incident where my brother had taken one of my figures to school and it smashed it in front of everybody, and like it was very, very traumatizing. But I stopped collecting, and it was like mostly because I didn't know anybody that collected, and until I was in my, you know, probably late 30s. I didn't know anybody that collected toys as a quote unquote adult collector. And then all of a sudden you start finding like these Facebook groups, you start seeing on Instagram, and you're like, wait a minute, like you can be
never alone.
Yeah, you can be an adult and you can collect toys, and it's a normal thing. Like there are people that do this. So the internet does a good job of bringing people together, but then it also does a good job of sandboxing those people that are together. And like now it's us versus these other people, right? It's the Joe people versus the Transformer people, and these people. It's like, no. It doesn't have to be that way. Like
it really doesn't.
Whatever makes you happy, that's what you should collect. So as long as you got your bills paid and you're not hurting anybody in the process, collect what you want.
And that's what I was trying to explain to people when I'm like, dude, if I want to buy robots or Warhammer or a fantasy character, let me buy them. My bills are paid. My wife is happy. We're good. You know? And it's like you said, it's the weird sandbox of we fit in the hobby, but we don't fit personality wise. And I think that's where a lot of people kind of get mixed up.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, yes, we are collecting. I respect you as a fellow collector, but it's like I also need to respect you as a person. Like you gotta be okay with like being okay or not okay.
Yeah.
and being open about that. Some people have addictive personalities too. So like the other thing is like they don't realize that they're addicted.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even about the collecting or enjoying the hobby. It's the I need to hoard all of this like a dragon.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying people are doing it purposely because I realize falling down the rabbit hole of like camaraderie and hobby, it's really easy to fall down.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to like take a break and be like, all right, let me revisit this in a second.
Yeah, and what about it is bringing joy to your life, right? Like, and
Yeah.
it could be, it could be that just feeling of opening up a new toy and just seeing it for the first time. It could be the
Yep.
box art. It could be, you know, posing and doing the photography. It could be creating afterwards. You know, whatever that is, if it gives you that sense of being a kid again and makes you feel young and happy, that's the good part. If you're, you know, if you're just buying because you feel like you need to buy or somebody told you need to buy something or whatever, or if it gets to the point where it's stressful, like that's not cool. That's not the fun of it. So like try to get back to the fun of it.
Yeah. That's exactly why I take breaks, because sometimes it'll be like the pressure of putting out a video. I'm like, it
Yeah.
shouldn't be stressful for me to put out a video. It should be, hey, you know, I enjoy this and I want to talk about it with you guys. Or, you know, and I feel like that's why I don't read comment sections anymore, because it gets detract so easily. People like you could be talking about something you enjoy, and then somebody be like, well, here's 87 reasons why you're wrong. And I'm like, what? It's a toy.
Well, I mean, I know what you're saying, because like with my channel, I'm doing a lot of stuff with customizing and stuff, and a lot of times I'm talking to other folks and getting their tips and tricks and stuff. But then when I go to customize, I go to paint, I feel like I should be doing a video, right? Like as I'm painting, I should be filming something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but sometimes I don't want to film something. I just want to be able to paint. I want to get lost in, you know, play some music or you know, whatever, and just get lost in it. And so, yeah, you can't make it to the point where it's actually a stress in your life. So
Yeah. This is why I call what we make art versus content. And I don't think there's anything wrong with content, but content is supposed to be for you to consume, digest, and get feedback. When you are ingesting art though, you just appreciate it. It's subjective how you appreciate it, but you just appreciate it.
For sure.
And the reason why that is because while it's meant for y'all to see it, it's meant for you to enjoy too. It is 100% meant as an expression of what I feel. And you can never change that. Content is a different thing, where I feel like content is just, it's left open to interpretation. You can do whatever you want with it, make a think piece. I'm not here for that. I'll be honest. I'm 100% not here for that. I don't need a think piece over, I got Marnius Calgar, and this is why. I don't care.
You don't need to do the clickbaity, like, is this the worst figure they've ever made?
Yeah, I don't need any of that. Look, this dude, he got glow in the dark, his eyes light up, and he got 2 power fists. I'm happy. He punched things. I'm happy.
There you go.
Like I'm a 5-year-old again. That's all I care about. I'm a very simple man. I see toy, I like toy, I take picture of toy.
That's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. Here's another couple Street Fighter ones. And man, these, I mean, just the posability, like the stuff that you get out of this, like, man, they're so freaking good.
Yeah. Looking back at my stuff, sometimes I get mad with myself because I'm like, I could have done better. But I'm like, that's really accurate to what he looks like, though.
Yeah. I just think this is just a lot of fun. Like it feels like it's telling a story. Like it kind of takes you back to those, you know, the days in the arcade, or for me, I like, you know, my parents always went to the bowling alley. And so then, you know, they'd throw me a couple dollars worth of quarters to go play some video games. And I'd go and play the Street Fighter while they're, you know, this just takes you right back to that. So.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was aiming for. That arcade feel. And in some places, like when you got to the console stuff, like for like the Ryu kicking Sagat, that's Street Fighter 3 for me, with the exception of there was no Sagat. But in Street Fighter 3, it's like he has that roundhouse kick, the Joden Setsu Jerry, where he just kicks you across the wall. And I'm like, that's how it looks.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love the reference to the source material, whether it be comic books, video game, whatever, that you're thinking through that, like what you're trying to accomplish with the look. So
even with like original characters, I'll try to like, speak of the devil, original characters. Even with original characters, I might not read the profile in like my videos, but before I start photos, I'll like read the profile and I'll like try to fit it in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love both of these shots here. Like just like the storytelling that's happening in both of these pictures.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, tell us what we got going on in these. Like what your thought process is as you put these together.
So in the loose collector one, I don't have any. I have other ninjas like the articulated icons ninjas, but they're in storage right now. So I was like, I'd still need ninjas, but I have my Cobra ninjas on hand. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna use them. And with that, I had the Bruce Leroy feel of if you have to face like ninjas.
Yep, got the glow.
But it's funny with him because I was trying to do the fun of he's not trying to kill them, just knock them out.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not aiming for vital parts. He's doing like liver punches and like gut punches and stuff. So I was aiming for that kind of feel for him. Where like, cool. I don't want to kill you, but I am going to hurt you.
I'm gonna make sure that you don't hurt me. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And with the other stuff, I love their swarm stuff. So the repaint stuff has been really fun for me. That's one of my favorite ones. I wish I have gotten like an army of that one, but it's so hard to get now. But with that one, he doesn't come with the backpack, but I gave him the backpack and it just looked really good. This is one of those figures
I love that shot, like this kind of flying backwards as he's shooting forward, and like it just it's a very cool shot.
What's funny about those guys is a lot of the times most figures don't do well with their own color like reflecting off of them.
Oh, okay.
But with this one, the yellow pops that you can even see it in the wings because I have the yellow behind them, and it just really made the whole figure as a whole pop. And I just love the way it looked in camera. And I was like, I got to capture this. I got to capture this moment. This was a happy mistake.
Awesome.
That one was indeed a happy mistake.
Well, it's a good one.
Yeah.
And then got some legions here mixed with this well, that's a Red Sonja, right? From oh man, I'm missing the line.
Boss Fight Studio.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
So just once again, I was kind of talking earlier about like I'll have to like mimic this out in order to get a good sword fighting pose.
Well, hit me up. I'll walk you through it.
So yeah, what's going on in this fight between these two?
I wanted to use that she devil because I really like how it is. I'm gonna have to make some mods to her though. There's certain things with that she can't like hold it exactly and rotate at the same time. So gotcha. I want to rotate. I want to mod out that lower waist so that it creates a swivel there.
Okay.
Because she looks a little stiff, but again, I could also make the excuse that she's making like a last minute defense. But I wanted to make it look more fluid. With the Darais though, I'm making sure he's using the sword technique where he holds the bottom of the hilt to give it more sway to it. So I had to look that up if that was a real technique, and it is. Because with Zweihanders, you hold the top and the bottom of the hilt, and you get more mass and pull out of it. So I didn't
know that was a thing. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was things I was trying out. So I learned a bunch with stuff like that. The rest is so much fun. And then I got him. Actually, you know what's funny? I had him out because I was like trying some stuff out with him. So I was like, what if I gave him a helmet but with no face in it?
Nice.
Yeah. So I really like Darais. It's really a lot of fun.
I like. Okay, so what's going on with their legs here? Because it feels like one of them is trying to like maybe kind of get some leverage on the other one and like get their leg in a spot where they're gonna try to knock them over or something. So,
all right, so you're absolutely right. And this is original idea from me. This is completely my idea. In close combat with weapons, a lot of the time people don't ever think about leg sweeps.
Yeah.
They don't ever think about leg sweeping. They don't ever think about putting your opponent off balance.
They're focused
it's always
on
like these sword strikes. But I'm like, bro, if you've ever tripped somebody in a fight, you know how hard it is to get up? Because you're scrambling. So it's like now they're
the other person's trying to wail away on you. Yeah.
Yep. So that basically they're leg locked. She's holding a stiff stance, but he's a bone boy, so it hurts. So that's why I added the screaming face to it.
That's cool. I like that. I mean, just so much attention to detail as you're thinking through this. So love all the dial work too, like everything that you got going on in the background and stuff as you're setting these up.
I have so many dials. Like if when I turn it, well, I can't turn around right now for obvious reasons, which I've seen for work. But there's literally dials all around me, and I'm like, every day I'm thinking to myself, I don't know where to put half of this stuff.
So with something like this, Do you have in your mind kind of what you want the shot to look like before you're starting, or are you just kind of set up the dio, got the figures, and then you mess around and try some different things until it gets the way you want it to look?
So I'm pretty fluid about that. So it's a little bit of A, a little bit of B. And then there's column C, which is I have no time, so I have to use what I have.
Gotcha.
That's usually my summertime. Summertime is I have no time, use what I have.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time it's if I do photos first, I will choose the dio because I'm so excited. I'm not even thinking about the video.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just doing the photos. And then there's the other way around where it's like, I've done the video. I've got a better feel for the character. I've walked myself through it. I want to feel it out as I go. But sometimes, like even this guy on the table, immediately I knew what kind of dio I wanted when I did this video a while back. Immediately I was like jungle dio because, oversized fauna and flora for anthropomorphic dinosaurs. It should be oversized fauna everywhere, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, sometimes I just already know.
Very cool. And I've seen in some of your shots, actually, there's one coming up. Maybe it's not next, but I see on this one, you've got like two different kinds of like clouds going on. You've got some that look like they're sculpted and then some that look more like they're like cotton balls or something.
Yeah.
So tell us like what's going on and how do you determine what you're using for those?
So the sculpt, I'm going to start with the one on my right. The sculpted one is for ambiance because whatever light it takes in, it takes the form of that lighting.
Okay.
Whereas the cotton ball one, light passes through it really well, but it also works as a really good buffer, so you can get nice silhouettes. Like you see on the red one, the silhouette is amazing. It gives that nice attention to detail. Whereas on the other one, it is meant to set a mood and a prop as a whole for the greater picture.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I love the stance on like the wizard too. Like he's got that staff kind of backwards and he's leaning into it. And you got that book just kind of chained to his neck.
Listen, I don't know why, but I don't know why people don't think wizards are people that you could screw around with. They will turn you into a frog.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that.
And I'm looking like, why would you mess with a wizard? Like, if I always think about this when I play D&D, right? If you're like a fighter or like even a paladin, even if you have healing magic, why would you want to fight a sorcerer? You don't know the spells that this person knows.
You're going to have all the muscles you want, but that ain't going to hold up against turning it into a frog or being set on fire or whatever.
What if he cast the most simplest spells, which is muscle atrophy, and now you're just stuck like that?
Yeah.
A simple spell takes you out. I'm not messing with no sorcerer, man. Nah, I'm good. Listen, that's how I know I have an overreactive imagination. That's the kind of things I think about. It's like, why would you mess with a sorcerer like that? Who does these things?
I mean, I like the way that your brain thinks though, because it then creates this awesome stuff. So
yeah.
All right. So I got a couple here that are like jumping kind of poses, and I think both of these are excellent. So these ones that are kind of in motion, where it's like somebody is moving, whether it's flying, jumping, whatever. What's your key to getting a really good shot with that?
Framing.
Okay.
That's the framing. So no matter what I do, no matter what cool in motion pose, having the framing for it is the most important thing, because the further you zoom out, the more you set the tone. So like with Moon Knight, there is another one I have of that same pose, but I'm zoomed way further out and I set up buildings. So now it looks like he's jumping off buildings from far away.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. But it's not like the same thing twice, because again, I've changed the setting and I've changed the overall look of it. Whereas with this one, the emphasis is on how big and flowy the cape is. So what you focus on definitely sets the mood.
Very cool. Which version of Moon Knight is that? Like what company is that from?
That's Revoltech, Amazing Yamaguchi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It looks
I'm
awesome.
hoping they reissue it.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping they do his brother Hunter's Moon. I'm so excited for Hunter's Moon. Like the black, white, and gold look is it's phenomenal.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And then this is the one that I was talking about with, so now this is a lot of cotton use. And I think it looks really good coming off the back of that glider there. And then you've also got it lit up. Is it lit up from underneath, or is that
there's a light? There's a
Okay.
light underneath Spider-Man, and that's what I mean. Like, you see how light passes through, but it doesn't pass through completely?
Yeah, it looks like there's like flames coming from the glider that are inside that smoke, right? Like it really sets that tone. So yeah,
That's based
cool.
off the Mike Zeck arc. So I had to give props to Mike Zeck.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then I put it, once again, you got all these Spider-Man in totally different poses and stuff. And I thought this one on top of the gargoyle was just really cool. Just the way that you've got him sitting there.
I see a lot of people do a lot of hand poses with Spider-Man, which I love to see. I love seeing Spider-Man photos. I just try not to get caught in that, because for me personally, I may catch myself doing the same thing more than once. And I want to make sure Spider-Man stuff looks as different as possible each time I do it, because I know there's going to be at least 36 Spider-Man figures a year.
There's going to be a lot of them. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I got to be careful. I can't be redundant with 22 of them,
So, there's all these different, companies that are doing stuff like Spider-Man. Is there one that you're like, man, this is the one that I prefer the most, or you mess with all of them? Like, what, you just see one that you like and you're like, I'm going to get it, like, regardless of what, what the plastic is like or what the articulation is like or whatever. Like, what goes into, what you're getting for a Spider-Man?
Nothing. It just got to have Spider-Man on it. I'm stupid.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm not even going to try to sit here and try to justify it. If it got Spider-Man on it and I think it looked cool, I'm buying it.
That's cool.
I want even though I have like Spider-Punk from SH Fig Arts, Sentinel announced theirs, and I was like, well, pre-order.
Yeah, you got to get another one.
Yep. Didn't even question it. Just was like, okay.
Well, there it is. And then some more Mafex. This time we got Batman and Bane, which I didn't get the Bane figure, and I'm kind of regretting it, but I don't do villains in the Mafex. I've just been doing the heroes, but I love that Batman, and this Superboy is one of my favorite figures so far this year.
I love that Superboy. Lots of fun.
So good. But yeah, what about like fight scenes like this? Like it looks like you've got some different kind of like a crate and maybe a barrel and stuff here, and you got these two fighting, and the way you shot it, because I think the figures themselves are kind of similar in height. Like the Bane is a little bit bigger, but the way you've shot this makes Bane look significantly bigger than Batman.
Weirdly enough, that Bane is actually almost 3 inches taller than Batman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's big. He's a big boy.
Oh, I didn't think it was that big. I thought that
they made him big. They made him big.
Oh, okay. Because I've seen some side by side, and I thought they were like, maybe like an inch taller or something. But
no, he's more like 2.5 inches taller. It's not like
okay.
Small. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially because that Batman has an elongated like upper torso, so he seems taller with the ears. But when you put him up when you put him up against other figures like Nightwing and stuff, it makes a significant difference.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
because I know they had shown I haven't seen any like prototypes. I just saw like the unpainted test shot of the Doomsday that they're supposed to be doing.
I don't know how to feel about that, because I know that's going to be a big boy, but I'm so over getting 87 Doomsdays. I'm so over it, because they've redesigned them so many times already.
Yeah. I had repainted one from McFarlane that because I felt like the McFarlane one had a really good sculpt, but they just did a terrible paint job on it. Like they didn't spend the money on the paint apps, and so I repainted it. Which I told myself I wasn't going to do any repainting of McFarlane figures, but after I did, I was so happy I did, because it looks fantastic. So
let me ask you this question, if I can. Like, when people like you say that you don't want to spend the time on that stuff, is it because you wish that they had did it already, or is it because one of the things where you didn't want to take the time because you were busy yourself?
There's only so much time in a day, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to run the YouTube channel, trying to customize myself for stuff for Legions Con and everything. And it's like, McFarlane is a retail line. It's something I collect as kind of a guilty pleasure, right? It's like they're not that expensive. They're good enough to bring me a little bit of joy, but it's not my main focus. My main focus would be the Legions, right? So I just didn't want to get into customizing McFarlane, but that really opened a door for me because I did that at that Doomsday, and then I just finished a Gorilla Grodd. I've worked on a couple other figures now, and I'm, you know, to what we were talking about before, I'm enjoying it, right? And it's
it brought more joy. You just didn't know it was gonna.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't think it was one of those things where it's like, I don't want to waste the precious time I have on a retail line figure that has pins in the legs and all this and that. Like, even if I repaint it, I'm not going to be super happy with it. And then I repainted it. I was like, I am super happy with it. It's one of my favorite figures in my collection. So, you know, yeah, sometimes you just got to try stuff, even if you're hesitant. And if it brings you joy, then, you know, keep doing it. So,
no, I'm happy. I wanted to know because I was very curious because I can't paint to save my life.
yeah.
So when I see you do stuff, I'm like, because I'm like, I really enjoy seeing that kind of stuff. That's why I tell people all the time, like, if I had infinite money, I'd buy all the cool stuff so I could take all the cool pictures of it and then still give you back the stuff. Because I'm like, I just want to take pictures. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah. The best thing, I think it you know, it's a good mental exercise is to think, if you had unlimited money, what would you do with your time? And then you think to yourself, how much of that am I doing right now? Right? Like, because if my answer is I would be talking to cool people on YouTube and I'd be painting. Okay, well, there's nothing preventing me from doing that now. So when I've got time available, that's what I should be doing, because that's the stuff that brings me joy. Right?
That's where I'm at now.
Yeah. You know, I think there was especially, you know, years ago, you know, decades past, where people kind of lived for a time, like they worked and worked and worked until they retired, and they're like, now I can have fun, right? And it's like, you could get hit by a bus tomorrow. You don't know. You never know what's going to happen. So enjoy your life today. Don't let a single day pass that you don't try to extract every bit of joy out of that day that you can, because it may be your last. You never know. So
I'm trying to be more like that, but I also need more sleep because I only sleep like 3-4 hours a night.
That's true. Yeah. Well, hey, sometimes sleep could be the thing that brings you joy. So I tell you what, I love a good adult nap, you know, where you just kind of sit on the love seat and conk out for like 45 minutes or something. Yeah.
I'm learning about day naps, man. They've become my best friend, yo.
They're great. All right. And then we got some more Spider-Man here. I mean, the legs here, like, you know, I definitely couldn't get my legs in this pose, but I look at this and I go, this is definitely something I could see in a comic book, you know, whether it's on an interior page or whether it's on the cover. Yeah, I just think both of these are super cool.
Shout out and rest in peace to Peter David, and shout out to Rick Leonardi, because without them working on Spider-Man 2099, I wouldn't have had that cool pose.
Very cool. And that's a custom head on the black suit Spider-Man, right?
Yes. Also created by PVC Bake Shop, and those webbings at that time I was using the webbing from Webheads. So
gotcha.
That one I know for sure.
Because I know I've seen that head before. I was like, that's not the head that comes with that figure, but I've seen it because I've seen it advertised, and I've always thought it looks really good.
It photographs so beautifully.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
I love the way that the eyes are kind of sunken in a little bit, and then they have this like glossy feel to them. So.
It's that it's based off the video game Symbiote head sculpt.
Oh, okay.
From Spider-Man 2.
Gotcha.
Which if you haven't played that, please do.
Now, these are a couple really fun photos. So you got the Doc Ock kind of attacking Spider-Man here. He's got the one tentacle, like, you know, strangling him, and then you got the guitar sliding, you know, kind of Marty McFly moment here from Back to the Future. Which both of these are just excellent. So yeah, tell us about like what your thoughts were putting these together.
That Doc Ock photo took forever.
Yeah,
because it's really all balanced. It fell over so many times.
Yeah.
Like it fell over so many times. And then I had to get the right angle so that way it could look like it's out of like a page. I encourage people to read comic books because I'm telling you, reading comic books, if you're like reading and enjoying it, those pages are going to stick with you. Like you are going to be like, this is stuck in my brain forever. Hold on one second. Yes, baby. Oh, okay, my wife is just stalking me, but it's cool. It's a good kind of stalking. It's a good kind of stalking. But
cool.
it takes forever to get stuff like that, like balance stuff. It like takes forever, but it's so rewarding. Like I had
Yeah.
to make sure the feet were right. It looked like he's getting choked. It's like holding the foot in certain places. As you can see, like you can see under like the tentacles pushing him up, one
Mhm.
being strangled, one getting ready to grab him. I made sure all of that stuff was visible so it doesn't look like it's like nothing didn't belong. Even down to like the tubing, like the test tubes in the background. It looks
Mhm.
like he's in a lab.
Yeah, it looks like he's like struggling to try to like pull that tentacle off too. Like he's trying to reach for it and stuff, which is yeah,
Mm-hmm.
very cool. And then
Meanwhile, Doc got grinning.
the guitar sliding pose.
I had to do it, man. It's Spider Punk. I had to do it. I had to.
It's
I
awesome, man.
couldn't think of any other way to do it, man.
Yeah, if you're gonna have this figure, like that is the pose to have right there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I had to
awesome.
do it.
And then I think this is the last slide. So another one with some Spider-Man. You got Venom here fighting two Spider-Men, and then you've got Spider-Gwen and Spider-Man. Just once again, like you know, we've seen several different Spider-Men throughout here, and I don't think any of them had the same pose. They're all very dynamic and just look great. So
I do my best. I try.
Yeah. What about like shots like this where you're having multiple characters in the same shot? Like how are you trying to make that feel cohesive?
That's stuff that I specialize in the weirdest way because I'm used to doing like fight stuff.
Mhm.
I love that kind of stuff. I love the against all odds shots because it shows you like in this one it's the reverse with Venom because he's like the winner.
Mhm.
Normally when you're fighting off a bunch of goons, it's like you trying to fight off a bunch of goons at once. But in
Mhm.
this one, it's like no, Venom is beating the bricks off of both of them.
Yeah, he's
And
scary.
it's like, yeah, it's like you got to showcase that.
Mhm.
And I wanted to show that just like in the video game, when you get that brief time of playing with Venom, nothing is going to stop you.
Gotcha.
Not two fully grown Spider-Man, nothing. Just you're getting the stuff beaten off you. And I wanted to showcase that because it's a big that figure is really, really big.
Yeah.
So I wanted to showcase just how like overpowering it really is.
Feel imposing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
then
with
yeah.
the Renew Your Vow set, I just wanted to show some family dynamic stuff because there's no little tiny May Parker.
Mhm.
So it's cool to show those two like as a couple, like, having fun.
Yeah.
And I
Swinging,
aimed for
swinging through
a
town.
darker silhouette there.
Yeah, I love it. The poses are great. Definitely love the webbing. So I think that is the last one that I have. So yeah, I appreciate you making some time here. Any
Of course, man.
other tips or tricks that you'd have for folks that are, whether they're trying to post stuff just for their shelves, or if they're trying to get a great shot? Any kind of tips or tricks that you'd have for them?
If you are worried about lighting, I have taught a bunch of lighting on my page. I hope that helps you. I can give you the link so that you can post it for people. If that helps, I hope it does. I've also, if you want to pose better, practice daily, but most importantly, take the photos. Don't be scared to like take the photo. If it looked goofy,
Mm-hmm.
keep taking the photos so that way you can pick out what you did wrong, use that against yourself to go, I didn't like the framing in this one. Let me try better framing here. Or I didn't like the lighting in this one. Let me use this framing, but with this lighting. Like it helps you to look back at your work and to study yourself. It's like the football coaches. Look at the tapes. Look at the
Mm-hmm.
tapes. They always they always get on you about that. But
Yeah.
it does come in handy. You study what you were weak against and you aim to make it a stronger point. For instance, I am not good with editing. So I
Mm-hmm.
make sure that I get everything that I want in the shot because I can't edit. It's something it's not that necessarily I don't have the skill. I don't have the time to learn the skill.
Yeah.
If I went on
Editing takes
vacation for like
a
3
lot of
months,
time.
yeah. If I
Yeah.
went on vacation for like 3 months, I'd probably learn how to edit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, because I don't have that time, I make sure I get it all in the shot.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure it's all within what I can do in my realm. Or even when like I felt like I was really bad with color, I studied color theory for like 3 weeks. And I experimented with color. Now I'm addicted to it. It's what you think that you're not good at could end up becoming your best thing ever.
Gotcha.
But you have to be willing like to try it.
You got to put the time towards it.
Yeah. Even if it's something stupid like I don't understand this pose, look up character study posing.
Mm-hmm.
Watch my videos. I don't care. Steal my poses. I don't even care. But if you're gonna steal the poses, just make sure that's what you're happy with.
Right.
You know, like have fun, make sure you're happy with it, and keep practicing. Don't just stop there. Don't stop at just copying. You copy to help you get better, and then you create your own way.
Yeah.
I think that's what you should do. Because a lot of the times what I do is based off of my feelings. If you do what's always based off of my feelings, that don't mean you'll always like it.
Right.
So if you go, hey, I like what D Amazing did with Super Scroll. You know what? Let me go study some Super Scroll stuff, use a little bit of his stuff with a little bit of my stuff, and make it my own. That's the fun of it.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, appreciate you making some time. I'm gonna put you backstage, and if you've got to run, I totally understand. If not, hang out, and I will be right back with you.
I got a couple minutes. Go ahead.
All right. We'll see you in a second. Well, folks, that was another How'd They Do That from a posing master, D Amazing. You got the Instagram right there, D__, 2 underscores, amazing on IG. We don't know who the 1 underscore guy is, but that's not us. And check him out on YouTube as well. A couple takeaways from this. You heard it, like over a 2-week period, this guy took almost, 2,500 photos, right? You just gotta put in the work and take the shots and practice and, be persistent. I know we hear that in a lot of these, how they do that. So you just got to put the time towards it. But also, like we were talking about, make sure you're playing and having fun with your toys, whatever that means to you, whatever brings that joy to you with toys, make sure that you're doing that. Don't be afraid to put the figures through their paces. Like he said, he's twisting and turning these things every which way. If you break a toy, you can buy another one. It's not the end of the world, or you can fix it. Come back to me. I'll tell you how to fix it. So just try stuff, be persistent. Love to see what you come up with. If you put your figures in a nice dynamic pose based on something that you picked up from this video, make sure you tag D Amazing, tag myself. We'd love to see what you come up with. And until next time, folks, keep creating.